It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Noor Oweis. Noor's bio appears in the commencement program. Yes, and I encourage you to read about her activities and interests there. Many of us in the college community know Noor for her interest in social justice issues. Perhaps that's not surprising, given her minor in peace and justice studies. Like many of her classmates, Noor has had a rich international experience that has in some ways defined her Gettysburg education. She's traveled, studied, and worked in Cairo, Egypt, and Beijing, China. Following today's graduation, Noor plans to travel, and she hopes to pursue a career in international affairs. Knowing Noor, I'm confident that she will go on to affect positive change in whatever community she finds herself in, whether it's here or abroad. On a more personal note, I'd like to say that Noor is a student from whom I have learned. She has moved me many times with her compassion for others, with her graciousness and sensitivity, and with her goals and ideals. It is my honor to introduce Noor Oweis, representing the class of 2011.
Thank you for such a kind and humbling introduction. Before I start, I want to say hi to my mom. She's over there. Hi, Mom. I'd also like to dedicate this speech to the class of 2011, and in particular to honor the life and legacy of Emily Silverstein, who we truly miss today. 17 years ago, we kissed our parents goodbye and marched with our Power Ranger backpacks and My Little Pony lunchboxes to start our first day of kindergarten. 13 years later, a moment just 4 years ago, our parents finally said their real goodbyes, and we found ourselves in a similar state, alone in our freshman halls. Excited, nervous, maybe even a little scared. This time, you wouldn't be coming home in a few hours to watch Hey Arnold and show your mom the Play-Doh masterpiece you created. Instead, almost immediately after your parents would drive away, you would meet people who would change you for the rest of your life as you became a part of the Gettysburg family. Congratulations, Gettysburg College class of 2011. We've made it this far. For many of us, freshman year was full of new beginnings. We learned traditions, both formal and informal, like going to servo with almost your entire freshman floor and being lucky enough to realize our omelet lady really is one of a kind. We learned the blessings of midnight madness and the uniqueness of events like the hypnotist at the attic. Being at Gettysburg meant all-night library parties or late-night chats about biolab or the meaning of life. We soon came to realize our professors were more than just lecturers, but true advisors and mentors far beyond the classroom. In picking our roommates and housemates for the following years, many of us sealed our futures with lifelong friends. Gettysburg has truly been our home for the last 4 years, and on this day, we see the gathering of our upbringings with the lives we've made for ourselves, and it is truly something amazing. As a globalization studies major, I was fortunate enough to study abroad in the fall of my sophomore and junior years, traveling to Beijing and Cairo for 2 semesters. In China, I learned the saying, "Qiong zi bian, bian zi tong," which means, when out of means, seek change and then the opportunities will follow. So I tested my limits and tried as many new things as possible. And then I traveled to Egypt. I spent countless hours with my cousins where I lived by the saying, "Aish ayyamek dahk walab wagad wahub," which means live your life, laugh and play, work hard, and love. While being thousands of miles away is exciting and invaluable, there is something to say for missing my Gettysburg family in the months I was abroad. Upon my return each spring, I was definitely ready to be back at Gettysburg. These last 4 years have inducted us into the legacies Gettysburgians have been leaving behind for decades. The end of this ceremony may signal major changes in many of our lives, but there are things about Gettysburg that will always bind us as a great and unique community. As with every family, we have bonded through hardship and misfortune and learned to celebrate the accomplishments of each Gettysburgian with great pride and honor. Towards the end of our sophomore year, we lost one of our own. The passing of Emily Silverstein touches each of us differently and is a tragedy that will forever bind us. While each of our connections that spring varies, we have each come to know and understand Emily as a compassionate, kind, and loving Gettysburgian. the true marks of our community here. And in that time of crisis, we came together as a strong, compassionate community, drawing upon one another for our strength and kindness. And it was in that time that the truest essence of our identity as true Gettysburgians came through. We have also celebrated momentous feats together as a community. Not only are we Centennial Conference champions, but Fulbright scholars, innovative researchers, and world travelers. For each of us, our experiences are as much shared as they are our own. During our time here, we saw the election of the first Black president of the United States, as well as the appointment of one of the greatest in Gettysburg's history. We survived snowpocalypse last year. As more than 4 feet of snow blanketed our campus, the epic snowball fights involving picnic tables and fortresses and igloos lasted for days. And for many, servo trays and frisbees served as great sleds down the stairs of Weidensaw and Breidenbach halls. We'll certainly miss those ever-informative emails from Hayden, how our lawns won't be perfectly manicured, and that Bill Lafferty won't be there to remind us to lock our doors or protect our textbooks. We'll even miss the sound of Gladfelter letting us know it's already 3 a.m. and we still haven't started that paper yet. Our time at Gettysburg has been as unique and valuable as each of us sitting here today. From the openings at Schmucker to senior recitals, academic publications, and prestigious internships, each of us has gained a tremendous amount from the personal investments we have made through hard work and the institutional investments Gettysburg has bestowed upon us. Because the faculty, staff, and administration trust that through impeccable guidance and undeniable patience, we are destined for greatness. Because after all, over the last few years, what has been ingrained in us more than to do great work? Today is our day to reflect and rejoice in our accomplishments. Whatever comes next in your life, hold on to that Gettysburg spirit, to the values and ideals that make us great as bullets and will make us great as adults. We could not be better prepared to face a world with countless possibilities for each of our assets. Take what you've been graced with and enter this next chapter of your life with a non-judgmental attitude and faith in yourself. Graced with a legacy of excellence, we are a force of open-minded, optimistic individuals. Make a commitment to yourself, a promise that you will continue with this tradition, create new ones, and live to the standard of being a true Gettysburgian. While next year, many of us will inadvertently write the honor code on our first grad school assignments or ship out to various jobs all over the country and world, when our new companions ask where we're from, I'm sure so many of us will respond longingly of Gettysburg and the special place it will remain for us. Though it may be some time before we can return, we will carry with us the lifelong lessons we learned here. We will grow to be responsible adults, kind to our neighbors, thoughtful of our coworkers, and ever so polite to even strangers, because we have learned to appreciate the compassion and benevolence that comes with seeing familiar faces every day. While we may miss the orange and blue flowers, Springfest concerts, Servo Thanksgivings, and Sunday fun days, we are lucky enough to carry these memories with us for the rest of our lives. Congratulations, Gettysburg College Class of 2011. The world awaits you.